Hmm. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Aaron's Book Club. I have another book review to do today, so let's just get to it. This is a book that I read a while ago. I actually remember reading it a long while ago. It says February 8th, 2011, and I enjoyed it then. But now that it is 2024 and I have reread it with more of I'm going to say, a mature attitude, the book means so much more. And I think this is a book that with each read, I'm going to get something different out of it. And what's interesting about it is I got it for 75 cents at a used book sale. So the book I have to do a review on today is called The Good Women of China by Xinran. I probably said that wrong. I don't know the nationality at all. I don't usually read a lot of translated books, which is why I'm trying to read more. But it's a lovely, simple cover with the lettering is shiny. You can kind of tell there. But it's a study by a female radio host on the other female lives in China. And it's from the 18th century and earlier, right up into modern times. And it's a fascinating study on women and how they've had to struggle through society, and how a lot of them are still struggling through society, and the way men treat them, and how even men are looked at, and the social pressures that are on men as well. And it makes me sit back and realize really how far we've come as a woman in a free country, being able to do stuff like go to work, drive the car to go to work, have horses, have money, have a job, and not have to get permission from my husband first. It's a whole different cultural nuance that I don't know anything about. And it was shocking to read on what a lot of these people had to go through, and the horrors that they had to go through, and the horrors on top of what they had to go through. Like, there's a story here where there was a great earthquake that killed entire families. And as this earthquake was happening and they were waiting for help because the government didn't want people to know that they were on a weaker spot, women were then being raped during this earthquake because they were vulnerable. And women were being continually used as cattle, and you were purchasing your women, and they were meant to stay in their homes, and all that oppression. And all the oppression does to tell me is, well, you're afraid of us. We're smart. We're resourceful. We're strong. And it scares you to have an equal. When in reality, men and women should be equal anyway, and that's the only way that you're going to be strong in life. So let me read the back of it to give you an example. For 8 groundbreaking years, Xinran presented a radio program in China during which she invited women to call in and talk about themselves. Broadcast every evening, Words on the Night Breeze became famous throughout the country for its unflinching portrayal of what it means to be a woman in modern China. Centuries of obedience to their fathers, husbands, and sons, followed by years of political turmoil that had women terrified of talking openly about their feelings. Xinran won their trust, and through her compassion and ability to listen, became the first woman to hear their true stories. This unforgettable book is the story of how Xinran negotiated the minefield of restrictions imposed upon Chinese journalists to reach out to women across the country. Through vivid intimacy of her writing, the women's voices confide to the reader, sharing their deepest secrets of the first time their stories for the first time. Their stories changed Xinran's understanding of China forever, and her book will reveal the lives of Chinese women to the West as never before. And what's interesting is, because of the restrictions of China, she didn't publish this book until she got to a free country. Just a really good book. It's going to go on my classics list, and it's going to be one of those books that I think I'm going to continue to read and look into. And I think everybody should. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll let you know when I have another book read.